Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. Critical fire weather concerns are going to continue across the Los Angeles basin in Southern California. Santa Ana winds will begin to taper off midday today and into tomorrow. A significant winter storm will continue to bring heavy snow and disruptive ice across much of the south. A Pacific storm is going to bring coastal rains and mountain snows to much of the Pacific Northwest. Closer to home, snow should be over, but the cold weather continues. Temperatures slowly rebound into next week to near normal as dry conditions return. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. Alamogordo Schools announces that due to potentially hazardous road conditions, school today, Friday, January 10th, will operate on a 2-hour delay. The early release schedule does not change. Tularosa schools will be closed today. Cloudcroft schools are going to be operating on a 2-hour delay today. The City of Alamogordo Parks and Recreation Advisory Board is scheduled for a meeting on Wednesday, January 15th at 6 p.m. at the Alamogordo Recreation Center. That's 1100 Oregon Avenue. The Republican Party of Otero County and the Otero County Federated Republican Women invite you to join in to celebrate the presidential inauguration of Donald J. Trump. The party takes place on January 20th at 6 p.m. at the Flickinger Center. Donations at the door are appreciated, and awards are going to be issued for the best-dressed Trump supporter. You can watch the ceremony in the theater and join in for snacks in the reception hall. If you have any questions, 575-430-5180. Well, today is Friday. We get a cat chat now from Kitty City NM.
Hi, this is Kathy Denton with Kitty City, and welcome to this week's edition of Cat Chat. The color is orange for the new year. At least that's the case at Kitty City, considering the intake of so many orange kitty cats lately. While we believe every one of our cats is special in some way, there is just something about the orange tabby that gravitates people toward them. While several of our orange kitties have already adopted in the past few days, we still have a nice assortment of these delightful breed that deserves mention. Let's begin with Cooper, who will be 1.5 years old in March. With his long, thick, copper-colored fur and eyes the color of the ocean, Cooper is a strikingly handsome cat. He also has a very pleasant personality to go with his handsomeness. When someone begins to pet his head and scratch his ears, he doesn't want them ever to stop. It is possible that Cooper is one of the larger Norwegian forest breeds. Topper is a sweet, affectionate 5-month-old light orange tabby with white on his mouth and white paws. There's a gentleness about this boy with the pretty face. He has been enjoying everyone loving on him. Topper just went to the vet for his surgery and has his vaccinations. He will be 100% ready for a special person to discover him and make him their forever companion. Big Boy Chubby is an orange and white 2.5-year-old male with short fur. He's a very handsome kitty. While he is friendly and loves attention from visitors, he's just a little cautious at first. However, once he gets a look at you, it doesn't take long for Chubby to determine you're a good guy. Chubby's neutered, microchipped, and vaccinated. Arby is a 1.5-year-old female orange tabby. Orange females are much less common than orange males. Arby is a very sweet and affectionate little girl. She gave birth to a litter of kittens last September and has been a very attentive and loving mama to her babies. Arby had her spay surgery this week. Now that her babies are all adopted, she is ready for her forever home. 4-month-old brothers Calvin and Ditto are cuteness overload. Ditto is a carbon copy of Calvin. Both are orange tabbies with white markings on the chest, belly, and feet. Although there are many more orange tabbies to tell you about, they will have to wait for another week when we have more time to properly feature them. Come to 56 Stanley Ranch Road and check out all our delightful cats, especially our orange ones. Or check out all of the kitties that we have at our website, www.kittycitynm.com. Come visit the Kitty City Adoption event tomorrow, Saturday, January 11th at the White Sands Mall from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We will have cats and kittens and dogs and puppies ready for their forever homes. January special adoption prices are 1 cat or kitten at full price and the second cat or kitten at half price. 2 cat or kittens are half the trouble and twice the fun. Come to the White Sands Mall tomorrow, January 11 or Saturday, January 25 from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Your forever friend is waiting for you. This has been this week's edition of Cat Chat. I'm Kathy Denton, and I'll be talking with you next week from Kitty City. Kitty City and you. No one loves them better.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Nonprofit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
The United States Border Patrol in El Paso arrested Julio Ramos. He's a Guatemalan sex offender. In 2005, Ramos was convicted in Nebraska for first-degree forcible sexual assault. He served a 6 to 8 year prison sentence. Agents are now presenting Ramos for prosecution. He's going to be removed, ensuring criminals like him stay out of our communities. Federal court records show the suspect in the alleged murder of a New Mexico State police officer is planning to change his plea next week. Jeremy Smith is accused of killing New Mexico State police officer Justin Hare. That happened near Tucumcari back in March. Investigators said Hare was trying to help Smith deal with what appeared to be a flat tire. Smith took off in Hare's vehicle before crashing it. For more than 2 days, law enforcement agencies throughout New Mexico and surrounding areas were looking for him. A Murphy's gas station employee offered a tip to law enforcement, which ultimately led them capturing Smith in Albuquerque. A month later, a federal grand jury indicted Smith on a plethora of charges for the alleged murder. Smith subsequently pled not guilty. But records show a hearing for Smith to change his plea is scheduled for January 17th. Smith has also been charged with murder in South Carolina for allegedly killing a paramedic. He's currently being held behind bars. The New Mexico Supreme Court issued a major ruling yesterday, striking down local laws restricting abortion access. The court ruled that local entities cannot restrict abortion access. This comes after both Lee and Roosevelt counties, the city of Hobbs, and the city of Clovis, passed ordinances banning the shipping of abortion medication and authorized city or county officials to approve or deny licenses for abortion clinics and providers. The state enacted the Health Care Freedom Act in 2023 in response to the U.S. Supreme Court overturning Roe v. Wade. The law prohibits public bodies from blocking what they call reproductive health care. I call killing babies. In New Mexico, you'll find classrooms with more students than one teacher can handle. Advocates believe that needs to change if we want our students to be set up for success. Mandy Torres, a Think New Mexico's Education Reform Director, spoke with KOB.
So when you have smaller class sizes, you get more personalized attention. Students can get more the help that they need.
Education advocates say the research shows that does make a difference when the test scores, something New Mexico's children are struggling with even after the pandemic. The folks at the nonprofit group Think New Mexico are encouraging New Mexico state lawmakers to implement a 20-student limit for every kindergarten, first, second, and third grade class throughout the state. Despite the law already limiting kindergarten classes to just 20 students, data obtained by Think New Mexico shows at least 24 kindergarten classes in Albuquerque alone are above that limit right now. The new bill does include a $2 million funding request to build new classrooms, but there's also concerns about a statewide teacher shortage. Advocates believe limiting class sizes could actually help with that. Democratic State Representative Raimundo Lara is expected to carry this bill during the upcoming session. Advocates are hopeful all former teachers turned lawmakers in the Roundhouse get on board. Berlin Consolidated Schools have warned students, families, and staff about a possible data breach, which happened yesterday. Superintendent Lawrence Sanchez says the Power School student information system, which works with schools across the nation, was subject to an attack that may have possibly resulted in the theft of student and employee personal information. Data potentially involved includes student names, grades, addresses, and other details stored in the system. But Berlin Consolidated Schools cannot confirm if that data was accessed or compromised. They say they're going to provide more updates as information becomes available. Attorneys for actor Alec Baldwin have filed a suit against a number of public officials involved in the prosecution of the shooting on the set of Rust. Translated, Baldwin is mad that he was going to face the consequences for killing a girl, and yet he still got away with it. The listed defendants include the District Attorney's Office, the Santa Fe County Board of County Commissioners, and the County of Santa Fe itself. According to the filing, the suit is being brought based on the deprivation of rights afforded by the Constitution and laws of the United States, malicious abuse of process, intentional spoliation of evidence, defamation, and a violation of the New Mexico Civil Rights Act. Sports and weather are coming up next. You're listening to Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 45 games for New Mexico girls basketball today, including Carrizozo at Mountain Air, Dexter at Hatch, Alamogordo at Portales. Go, Lady Tigers! 56 games for New Mexico varsity basketball today. Those include Oak Grove Classical Academy at Hot Springs, Carrizozo at Mountain Air, Capitan, Cloudcroft, and Chaparral all have unidentified opponents. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies, winds gusting up to 21 miles per hour, clear tonight, sunny tomorrow. Your high today in the basin, 36, but wind chills are going to make it feel like it's 4. Low tonight of 15. High tomorrow, 43. Wind chills are going to make it feel like it's 19. In Cloudcroft, sunny skies with winds gusting up to 23 miles per hour today. Tonight, mostly clear, winds gusting as high as 15. Sunny tomorrow, winds gusting as high as 21. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 20. Wind chills are going to make it feel like it's negative 16. Low tonight of 6. Wind chills are going to make it feel like it's negative 3. High tomorrow, 33. Wind chills are going to make it feel like it's 3 degrees. Colder than my ex-wife's heart.
How dare you!
Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. And that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.